Who's the most legitimate Hollywood tough guy, in your opinion?
When you say tough guy, do you mean martial artist or just tough guy?
I mean, Stephen, for real, if he was on the street and there was a situation, you wanted this Hollywood guy by your side because he could defend himself. It's that hard to think of a legit one?
Can you think of one?
Michael Jai White.
Can I laugh in your face?
Really?
Yes.
Thoughts on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Can I laugh in your face? Do I think Michael is a tough guy? No. Do I think he's a martial artist? No. Do I think Jean-Claude's a tough guy or martial artist? No.
If you were to put together your own ensemble of action stars, your own version of the Expendables, let's say, who would you choose, 3 or 4 actors to be in there with you?
I think they had many great actors in there, you know, that are great action guys. I think this guy Jason Statham, is that
Jason
right?
Statham?
Statham,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
It's not Stratham, it's Statham.
Yep.
Jason Statham is a wonderful action guy. Jet Li, fantastic action guy, who, by the way, is a real martial artist.
Yes, great wushu.
And, you know, I mean, I'd never seen him fight, but I would imagine if you would have mentioned his name over those guys, I would have to say, okay, he's a real martial artist and probably can fight.
Dolph Lundgren, Kyokushin karateka, used to be competitive.
Oh, he's a very nice guy. Do I think he's a tough guy and a great martial artist? He's just a great guy. And, you know, Jet Li and, you know, Jason Statham are great guys. Who else was in it?
Dolph Lundgren, Terry Crews, Randy Couture.
Randy's a real fighter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know?
Of course, Bruce Willis and Arnie, we know both aren't real fighters, but great actors.
A lot of action-adventure stars popping out of the woodwork. Do you go watch the other guys? What do you think of Jeff Speakman or Van Damme? You know, do you know Van Damme?
No.
You've heard of him? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's start with him, Stephen. What do you think of his work? As a martial artist first.
Change the subject.
Well, I mean, because like you guys go back to the martial arts world before you were movie stars, right? I mean, he was like a champion somewhere, and right? I mean, you.
Well, I mean, I just promised all my mentors that I was going to be a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's a matter of opinion, that he was a champion anywhere. You know. And I mean, you know, I'm not being catty or anything. I wish the guy all the best. But there are an awful lot of people who say that that's not true.
What about Steven Seagal?
Can we tell Steven Seagal?
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Okay,
Hello.
okay.
I think Steven Seagal has such a good presence.
Well, there's a rumor.
And there's a rumor, okay, and he should lose some weight, which is not that difficult. And I think he's got lots of charisma, even though sometimes he speaks bad about me. It's all bullshit. I think he's a nice guy.
Out there,
right.
Are there any guys, for example, Steven Seagal, maybe Kurt Russell, who you'd love to see in part 3?
I would love to see a Steven Seagal in part 3. He should lose some weight. So no, joke on the side.
Yeah.
So he can be a little more fast.
He's put on the pounds.
Yeah. I met the guy a few times. He's a nice guy. Doesn't like me much.
I
like him a lot. Good guy. Good charisma. He's got something special on the screen. I would love to see him there. Yeah.
Why doesn't he like you?
Because maybe I'm good.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. The name evokes images of lightning-fast kicks, gravity-defying splits, and a swagger that could melt glaciers. But what if the muscles from Brussels woke up one morning to find himself older and inexplicably named Jean-Claude Van Damme? This is the bizarre tale of Jean-Claude Van Damme, a martial arts legend adrift in a reality that's gone rogue. His memories are fractured, his name warped, and a strange sense of unease hangs heavy in the air. Is it all a cruel joke, a symptom of aging, or something far more sinister beneath the surface? Buckle up, because we're about to uncover the twisted world of Van Damme and find the truth behind his scrambled existence. Jean-Claude Van Damme, often referred to by his initials JCVD, is a Belgian actor, martial artist, and filmmaker who gained international fame for his roles in action-packed films during the late 1980s and 1990s. Known for his impressive martial arts skills, striking on-screen presence, and aerobic fighting style, Van Damme became synonymous with the genre known as Muscles from Brussels. Born on October 18, 1960, in Sint Agatha Berchem, Brussels, Belgium, Van Damme's journey to stardom began with his early passion for martial arts, particularly karate and kickboxing. His interest in film and acting led him to pursue a career in Hollywood, where he quickly gained attention for his roles in action films characterized by their high-energy fight sequences and charismatic performances. Van Damme's breakthrough came with films like Bloodsport, 1988, and Kickboxer, 1989, which showcased his martial arts prowess and cemented his status as a leading action star. Throughout the 1990s, he continued to star in a string of successful movies, such as Double Impact, 1991, Universal Soldier, 1992, and Time Cop, 1994, which solidified his reputation as a box office draw.
Slowly from C to B to a movie like Sun Death.
Beyond his martial arts skills, Van Damme's career has been marked by versatility, including roles in comedic and self-parodying films like JCVD, 2008, where he played a fictional version of himself, and Jean-Claude Van Johnson, 2016, a comedy series that further explored his on-screen persona. At 63 years old, Van Damme is a shadow of his former self. The physique that once earned him the nickname the Muscles from Brussels has softened with age, replaced by a comfortable spread, and the aches and pains that came with a life spent defying gravity with high kicks and gravity-defying splits. But what happened? Jean-Claude Van Damme soared to his peak in Time Cop. Released in 1994, this time travel thriller raked in $44 million domestically, making it his most successful live-action movie. In that same year, stars like Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, Sandra Bullock in Speed, and Jim Carrey in The Mask continued to shine brightly in Hollywood. However, Van Damme's star began to fade faster than expected. After the triumph of Time Cop, Van Damme was presented with a remarkable opportunity, a 3-movie deal that offered an unprecedented $12 million per film. But when Jim Carrey set a new benchmark by securing $20 million for his roles, Van Damme aimed for the same pay grade. His request for $20 million led to the withdrawal of the initial offer, and he soon found himself sidelined in Hollywood.
It's because I came up to a point that...
a situation he later referred to as being placed on a blacklist, marking the end of his era as a blockbuster star. Jean-Claude Van Damme's love life has seen as many twists and turns as a plot from one of his action films. The star has walked down the aisle 5 times with 4 different women throughout his career. His romantic journey began in 1980 with Maria Rodriguez, followed by Cynthia Durdian, and then again with Cynthia Durdian after their first divorce. Later, he married professional bodybuilder Gladys Portuguese, with whom he had 2 children before they split in 1992. Following this, Van Damme tied the knot with Darcy LaPierre, although his affair with pop singer and actress Kylie Minogue during this time added to the drama. When his marriage with LaPierre ended, Van Damme reunited with Gladys Portuguese. Their relationship endured several ups and downs, including Portuguese filing for divorce in 2015. Despite these challenges, the couple reconciled, demonstrating a resilient bond that has lasted since 1999. Van Damme's romantic saga reflects the highs and lows of his personal life, intertwined with his journey through fame and relationships in the spotlight. In 2010, Jean-Claude Van Damme was at a wild, bare-knuckled fighting event in Sochi, Russia, alongside the then Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin. The night was buzzing with action and tension, but amidst it all, Van Damme and Putin managed to share a conversation and even a meal. Fast forward to 2019, Van Damme decided to set the record straight in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He recounted how things took an unexpected turn during that event with Putin. While the fights were underway, Van Damme innocently reached into his bag under his chair to grab his chapstick. Suddenly, he found himself surrounded by 20 security guards. They had mistaken his action for reaching for a weapon. But Van Damme swiftly explained the misunderstanding, and thankfully, the situation calmed down. In a heartfelt tribute to one of its beloved natives, Brussels honored Van Damme in 2012 with a life-sized bronze statue. The status captured him in a dynamic, fight-ready pose and is permanently displayed in front of the Westland Shopping Center. Van Damme himself unveiled the statue during a touching ceremony. visibly moved by the recognition from his hometown.
Toujours chaud, hein? Les studios, il faut mettre de l'air conditionné ici.
Speaking at the event, he expressed how the monument symbolized the dreams of a kid from Brussels and hoped it would inspire troubled youth. The statue is a lasting tribute to Van Damme's impact on the world of martial arts cinema and his roots in Brussels. In November 2013, Jean-Claude Van Damme again found himself in the spotlight. But this time, it wasn't due to a new movie or backstage drama. It was all about a commercial featuring his iconic pose and a well-known vehicle brand. Volvo showcased Van Damme performing his trademark split between two moving trucks, set to the soothing tune of Enya's Only Time. The stunt was meant to demonstrate the stability of Volvo trucks, and it quickly captured global attention. The commercial became a sensation, garnering over 120 million views on YouTube alone and boosting Volvo's truck sales significantly during the same month. Reflecting on the experience, Van Damme admitted to USA Today that he initially had reservations about the stunt. He acknowledged the inherent risks involved in action-packed stunts, emphasizing the importance of caution to prevent accidents. In action films that involve stunts, there's always a risk. I would be less than candid if I didn't admit that I was concerned from time to time. When you're not concerned, you get careless, and then you get hurt. Despite his concerns, Van Damme pulled off the split flawlessly in a single take, showcasing his skill and professionalism in the face of a thrilling challenge. Following this, in January 2017, Jean-Claude Van Damme found himself at the center of controversy once again, this time due to an advertisement that caught many off guard. Following his successful Volvo campaign, Australian automotive service company Ultra Tune enlisted Van Damme for their Unexpected Situations campaign. The ad depicted two women approaching their car only to encounter suspicious-looking men asking if they had car trouble. As tensions rose, Van Damme emerged from a nearby vehicle, ready to defend the women. His heroic appearance quickly turned into a frenzy of admiration, with fans clamoring for selfies with the action star. In his closing remarks, Van Damme emphasized that while he couldn't always be there to help, Ultra Tune was ready to assist.
Boss, I knew those guys. Years ago, I've seen the Rocky.
The commercial was released in two versions, including a scene where one of the men swung a baseball bat at the car's headlights before Van Damme intervened. This particular version sparked controversy and was ultimately banned by Australia's Ad Standards Board for its portrayal of violence and perceived threats towards women. Despite Ultratune's initial denial of the allegations, they later accepted the ruling and agreed to amend the ad to meet regulatory standards. In September 2017, Jean-Claude Van Damme's son, Nicholas Van Varenberg, made headlines for the wrong reasons. The incident unfolded at an apartment complex near Arizona State University, where police responded to reports of property damage involving a man seen on surveillance footage punching an elevator wall. This led them to Van Varenberg's apartment on the 10th floor, where they discovered a trail of blood. What ensued was a tense and alarming 2-hour standoff, during which Van Varenberg allegedly held his roommate at knife point. The situation resulted in Van Varenberg's arrest and subsequent bail posting of $10,000. He faced several criminal charges, but later pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct, ultimately receiving an 18-month probation sentence. Throughout this ordeal, Jean-Claude Van Damme has kept his focus on his son's well-being, navigating the complexities of parenthood amid public scrutiny. JCVD's net worth is more than $30 million. This wealth likely stems from his successful film career in the 1990s, which included movies like Bloodsport, Universal Soldier, and Time Cop. From mastering his skills in the ring to entertaining audiences on the silver screen, Jean-Claude Van Damme's journey is proof of perseverance and the power of believing in oneself. Whether through his gravity-defying kicks or his unwavering spirit, JCVD's legacy continues to inspire and entertain. As we conclude our journey through Jean-Claude Van Damme's life and career, there's so much more to explore about this legendary action star. Dive deeper into his iconic roles, personal insights, and impact on cinema by subscribing to our channel. Stay updated with exclusive content, behind-the-scenes stories, and the latest JCVD adventure updates.